Welcome to a journey through time, a glimpse into the future of human evolution. Our story begins millions of years ago, with the first hominids, our earliest ancestors. These bipedal beings roamed the African savannas, their lives shaped by the same laws that govern us today. The scaling laws, for instance, dictate how our bodies grow and function. These laws explain why an ant can fall from a skyscraper and walk away unscathed, but a human cannot. Our bones, muscles, and organs are all subject to these laws. Then we have the physical laws, the principles that govern the universe, from the gravity that keeps us grounded to the thermodynamics that regulate our body heat. These laws have been instrumental in our evolution. Chemical laws also play a crucial role. They govern the reactions within our bodies, from the digestion of food to the firing of neurons in our brains. They define the very essence of life as we know it. The biological laws encompassing the principles of genetics and natural selection have guided our evolution since the dawn of life. They dictate how traits are passed from one generation to the next, shaping our physical characteristics and abilities. Survival laws, the principles of ecology and competition, have driven our ancestors to adapt and innovate. They've shaped our brains, making us capable of complex thought and communication. And finally, the genetic laws which govern the replication and mutation of our DNA have molded us into Homo sapiens, the wise man. These laws have given us our unique traits, from our upright stance to our dexterous hands, from our complex brains to our capacity for language and abstract thought. As we step into the future, these laws will continue to influence our evolutionary path in ways we can only begin to imagine. But rest assured, this journey is far from over. In fact, it's just getting started. So buckle up and let's explore the future of human evolution together. Fast forward to a millennium from now, what could we look like? Welcome to the future, 1,000 years ahead. Our journey through time brings us to an era where technology and medicine have begun to leave an indelible imprint on human evolution. Picture this: genetic engineering, once a nascent field, now holds the power to redefine our physical appearance and abilities. We're not just talking about eradicating diseases from our genetic code. Imagine having the ability to see in the dark like an owl, or run as fast as a cheetah. The lines between the human and the extraordinary blur as we harness the power of our own genes. As we adapt to the world around us, our bodies also respond to the changes brought about by global warming and urbanization. Our skin could develop a higher melanin content to protect against harsher sunlight, or our lungs might evolve to process air in densely populated, pollution-heavy cities. The human form, ever so versatile, continues to mold itself to survive and thrive in the changing environment. But let's not overlook the social and survival pressures that shape our evolution. As resources grow scarce and competition stiffens, natural selection kicks into high gear. The traits that boost our chances of survival and reproduction become more common in the population over generations. This evolutionary pressure could lead to enhanced cognitive abilities or physical adaptations that we can't even fathom today. Yet all these changes aren't happening in isolation. They're part of an intricate dance between the forces of nature and the tools of technology. As we forge ahead into the future, we carry with us the legacy of our past and the potential of our present. The human species, as we know it, is not a finished product but an ongoing project, shaped by the ever-changing interplay of genetic, environmental, and technological factors. With the forces of nature and technology at play, our species continues to adapt and evolve. The future is not a destination, but a journey, and we are its architects. Welcome to the next 1,000 years. Leap forward to 10,000 years from now. Our species may begin to branch. Imagine the long-term genetic drift, a process that slowly but drastically alters the genetic makeup of a population over time. This drift, combined with the influence of dramatically different environments and lifestyles, could lead to a future where the human species isn't just one, but many. Yes, we're talking about speciation, the process where populations evolve to become distinct species. Consider future societies living in isolation for generations, whether on far-flung space colonies or in secluded Earth enclaves. Over time, these isolated populations could diverge significantly from the human norm, developing unique physical characteristics, abilities, and even new species entirely. Not only natural forces, but our own technological prowess might trigger such diversification. Advances in genetic engineering and cybernetics could allow us to deliberately alter our own biology, leading to a future where human is a broad term encompassing a wide range of bioengineered and cybernetically enhanced offshoots. We could see humans adapted for life in zero gravity, humans with enhanced cognitive abilities, or even humans integrated with machines for improved physical capabilities. The human of 10,000 years from now could be as different from us as we are from our early hominid ancestors. They might look back at us as primitive precursors, just as we look back at Australopithecus or Neanderthals. But it's not just about physical changes. The cognitive abilities of future humans could be beyond our wildest dreams. Imagine a future where enhanced cognition allows for complex problem-solving, advanced creativity, and levels of empathy and understanding that make our current abilities look rudimentary. The possibilities are endless, and the path of our evolution is anything but predetermined. So as we continue to push the boundaries of science and technology, our species will embark on new and exciting trajectories. With each step, we'll redefine what it means to be human, forever expanding the horizons of our potential. As we continue to push the boundaries of science and technology, our evolution takes on new and exciting trajectories. Imagine 100,000 years from now, our form and abilities might be unrecognizable. In this distant future, we might be living in off-Earth colonies in conditions that will shape our morphology in profound ways. The low-gravity environments of Mars or the Moon could lead to taller, leaner humans with distinct musculature and bone density. The scarcity of natural light might lead to changes in our eyes, perhaps making them larger or more sensitive, enhancing our ability to see in dim environments. But it's not just natural forces shaping us. We're becoming masters of our own evolution through artificial selection. With the power of genetic engineering, we could design our bodies to better suit these alien environments. Picture humans with enhanced lung capacity for thin atmospheres, or skin that can withstand higher levels of radiation. But what about our minds? Well, we're already seeing the beginnings of this transformation. Look at the emerging symbiotic relationship between humans and artificial intelligence. In 100,000 years, this relationship could evolve into something much more integrated. We might see humans with AI-enhanced cognitive abilities, or perhaps even a merging of human consciousness with artificial ones. This coevolution offers exciting possibilities for communication, perhaps even beyond the constraints of language as we know it. And yet, while these changes might seem extreme, they're simply the continuation of a process that's been ongoing for billions of years. Evolution. It's a process driven by the need to survive and reproduce in a constantly changing environment, and it's shaped every aspect of our being, from our physical form to our cognitive abilities. So as we venture into the cosmos, we're not just exploring new worlds, we're also exploring new versions of ourselves, guided by the same principles that have been shaping life on Earth since the dawn of time. As we adapt to new environments and challenges, our evolution continues to shape us in unimaginable ways. Venture to 1,000,000 years from today. Could we become immortal? Imagine, if you will, a world where death is no longer an inevitable end, but a choice. We are not talking about the immortality of mythology or fantasy, but the genuine possibility of biological immortality. Scientists of today are unlocking the secrets of our genetic code, teasing out the factors that determine our lifespan. They have already extended the lifespans of certain organisms in the lab. Could humans be next? Now consider this. What if our biological selves and artificial constructs begin to converge? We're already seeing the early stages of this with prosthetics and implants, but in 1,000,000 years we might have moved far beyond that. We could be living in a post-biological era where we've integrated so fully with technology that the line between the two is blurred. This convergence could open up new possibilities for human abilities, experience, and cognition. And as we change, so too will our societies. New forms of social organization will emerge, molded by our evolved selves. Today, our societies are built around our biological needs and limitations. We work to eat, we sleep to rest, we gather for mutual protection. But what happens when we transcend these needs? Will we form societies based around shared interests or pursuits of knowledge? Will we see the rise of a truly egalitarian society, where physical and intellectual disparities are things of the past? Of course, this is all conjecture. The reality could be far different from what we can currently comprehend. But that's the beauty of evolution. It's an ongoing story, and we're not at the end. We're barely at the beginning. As we push the boundaries of what it means to be human, we continue to evolve in ways that challenge our very understanding of life. Let us dare to imagine 10 million years from now. Can we transcend our biological form? As we leap 10 million years into the future, we find ourselves at the frontier of speculative evolution. Here, we may no longer recognize ourselves as the Homo sapiens of yore. We may have surpassed our biological form, evolving into entities of a post-biological nature. These entities could be a complex amalgamation of biology and technology, or entirely artificial beings, their existence enabled by our advancements in genetic engineering, artificial intelligence, and nanotechnology. Our place within the ecosystem of a terraformed planet or artificial habitat would be radically different. We might not just be inhabitants, but creators and caretakers. Whether we're terraforming Mars or building a Dyson sphere, our evolutionary path would be inextricably linked with the habitats we create. Our physical forms might evolve to suit the environments we engineer, and our mental capacities might expand to comprehend and manage the complexities of such megastructures. Imagine the advanced abilities we might possess. We could manipulate energy at a whim, harnessing the raw power of stars or bending the fundamental forces of the universe to our will. We might master the assembly of matter, creating complex structures atom by atom, or even creating life itself. We may communicate through quantum entanglement, transcending the speed of light and the limitations of distance. Our understanding of the universe and our place within it would be profoundly different from today. Yet, as we speculate on these grand visions of the future, we must not lose sight of the ethical and philosophical considerations. As we shape our evolution, we bear the responsibility for the outcomes. What does it mean to be human when we can engineer our own biology or transcend it entirely? How do we balance the power to create with the wisdom to use it responsibly? As we evolve, we not only change ourselves, but also the world around us in profound and lasting ways. As we gaze into the future, we realize that we are not mere passengers on this cosmic journey, but the architects of our own destiny. Our journey through time is a testament to the power of evolution. We've embarked on an incredible voyage, traversing the uncharted landscape of the future, guided by the principles of scaling laws, physics, chemistry, biology, survival, and genetics. We've glimpsed the profound transformations that may await us, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million, and even 10 million years from now. In the near future, we imagined how technology and medicine might refine our forms and enhance our abilities. We pondered the implications of genetic engineering and how the pressures of a changing world and evolving societies might steer the course of natural selection. Fast-forwarding to 10,000 years hence, we speculated on the diversifying effects of genetic drift and the potential emergence of new human species. We envisioned humanity adapting to new frontiers, from the depths of the oceans to the vastness of space, augmented by genetic and cybernetic enhancements. 100,000 years into the future, we envisaged life beyond Earth, shaped by artificial selection and co-evolving with artificial intelligence. We contemplated new sensory abilities, new ways of communicating, and new forms of life emerging from the crucible of evolution. As we leaped 1 million, and then 10 million years ahead, we dared to dream of a post-biological future. We explored the possibilities of extended lifespans and even biological immortality. We considered the convergence of biological and artificial life, and the advanced abilities that might emerge from such a synthesis. Throughout this journey, we've embraced the inherent uncertainty of long-term predictions. The path of evolution is shaped by countless contingencies, the unpredictable interplay of countless factors. Yet the same principles that guided us through this speculative journey will continue to shape our future, however uncertain. As we reflect on the future of humanity, we must also consider our place in the universe. We are not merely observers of evolution, but active participants, shaping and being shaped by the relentless forces of change. As we stand on the threshold of the future, we continue to shape and be shaped by the relentless forces of evolution.